Combining like terms and distributive property lesson pre-8. Example number 2. Example number 2 is just like example number 1. You're combining like terms. Pause your video, walk through example 2 on your own. Go ahead and, I don't care how you box or circle, or if you want to draw triangles, underlines, whatever you want to do to group your like variables, you go ahead and do that. Completely do example number 2. When you're finished with example number 2, then unpause the video and I will walk you through the answers. So again, you should have already completed example number 2, and I should be walking you through the answers now. All right, example number 2A. I boxed my A terms, circled my B terms, and underlined my constant terms. So going in alphabetical order, I'm going to start with 6A plus 8A. 6 plus 8 would give me 14A. Now my B terms, 4B and then negative 1, so 4 minus 1 would give me positive 3B. And then last, there's only one constant term, so I just bring it down for plus 7. And that is it for example A. Check your answer with mine. Do you have the exact same thing I do? All right, B. I circled the K terms and I boxed the N terms. Going in alphabetical order, we would start with the K terms. So 1K plus 4K would give me 5K. Then 3N minus 2N would give me 1N. Now, when the coefficient is 1, we don't put that. So instead of putting 1N, I'm going to put 5K plus N. Now, if you would write 1N in your answer, I would not mark it wrong. But technically, you don't need the N. Again, make sure your answer matches mine. For C, I boxed the P terms and underlined the T terms. Now, just a lot of times people want to put the T terms first. Remember, we're going to put this in alphabetical order. Alphabetical order, the P's would come first. So 7P minus 3P, 7 minus 3, would give me 4P. And then 5T minus 2T would give me positive 3T. So I would put plus 3T. Make sure your answer matches mine. All right, for D, I boxed my M terms, circled my N, and underlined my constant terms. And if you look at this, you will notice that there are no like terms. So my answer would simply be to copy it down. So my answer is 4M plus 9N minus 2. So again, for this problem, there are no like terms. Please make sure you also write this down that I just circled. There are no like terms. All right. For E, I boxed my X terms, circled my W terms, and underlined my constant terms. Which would come first? That would be my W terms. Well, I've got a positive 2 and a negative 2W. Remember, when you've got numbers that are opposites, one's positive and one's negative, the sum of opposites is 0. In other words, my W terms are going to cancel out. So I'm just going to put lines through them like that. They cancel out. So now I'm going to combine 6x plus 3x to get 9x. And this is the only constant term, so I bring down the plus 1. Now, if you had 0w plus 9x plus 1, you would not get full credit because we don't put coefficients with 0. If the coefficient is 0, we don't put that term at all. Now, I wouldn't care if you would put 0w plus 9x plus 1 as work and then rewrite it as your final answer of 9x plus 1. But your final answer should not have 0w. And now F. I boxed my C terms, circled my D terms, and underlined my constant term. So looking at this, the only thing I can combine are the 9C and the negative 2C. So 9 minus 2 would give me 7C. And then I just bring down my D term and bring down my constant term. So plus 3D and plus 5. So my final answer, 7C plus 3D plus 5. Right. That is it for example number 2. If you have any questions, please let me know. Before you shut off the video though, make sure you have everything written down. Don't forget anything. If you have any questions, let me know.